The fate of the hostages' remains hangs in the balance as Israel sets a bold deadline for Hamas to return the bodies of those who perished in the October 7th attacks. But here's where it gets complicated. While the ceasefire agreement included the handover of 28 deceased hostages, only 4 bodies have been released so far. What's causing this delay, and what does it mean for the fragile peace in Gaza? And this is the part most people miss. The International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, warns that locating and recovering the remains is a massive challenge, given the devastation in Gaza. This raises a controversial question. Is Hamas intentionally withholding bodies, as Israel's government suspects, or are they genuinely struggling to find them, as mediators believe? Here's why it matters. For families like Yael Adar, whose son Tamir's body was taken from the Nir Oz kibbutz, the lack of progress feels like a violation of the peace deal. The struggle is not over until the last captive returns, she insists, echoing the sentiment of many grieving families. But here's the kicker. Hamas has a history of sending back unrelated bodies instead of hostages, adding another layer of complexity to this already fraught situation. On Tuesday, Israel identified 2 of the returned bodies as Guy Iluz, a 26-year-old aspiring musician killed at the Nova Music Festival, and Bipin Joshi, a 23-year-old Nepalese agriculture student kidnapped from the Alumim kibbutz. Here's where it gets even more emotional. Video footage appears to show Joshi being dragged into Gaza's Shifa hospital, his last known sighting alive. The remaining 2 bodies, believed to be Yossi Sharabi and Daniel Perez, are still undergoing identification. Sharabi, a 53-year-old father, was kidnapped from his home in Be'eri kibbutz, where gunmen forced his family out of a reinforced room at gunpoint. Perez, a platoon commander in the Israeli army, was killed near the Gaza border. But here's the real question. If Hamas fails to meet the deadline, what consequences will follow? Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz, has warned of repercussions, but an Arab diplomat involved in mediation insists the Gaza agreement isn't in jeopardy. Here's the bigger picture. The ICRC spokesperson, Christian Cardone, admits recovering the remains could take days, weeks, or even never happen. That's an even bigger challenge than releasing living hostages, he says. And this is where we need your thoughts. Is Israel's deadline fair, given the logistical nightmare in Gaza, or is it an unnecessary pressure tactic? Should Hamas face consequences if they can't meet it? Let's spark a conversation. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below.